How does it feel to be
Yeah.
wrong?
Pretty normal, I'll be honest with you.
We are excited to dive into what we like to call meaningless predictions. And at the beginning of the season, we always issue a string of them. It's just a litany of ridiculous predictions that almost always fail to be accurate. But this year, we decided to treat you with a reminder of what our meaningless predictions were at the beginning of the season. So we're going to go through them. We actually clipped them from, well, Brad, he took the time to clip all of the segments of our meaningless predictions episode as reminders of how wrong we were. So we're pretty excited to bring you that information. So Brad, without further ado, let's wrap up the season by talking about our meaningless predictions, and then we'll get into some other things, right? So first, let's talk about our AL division. Let's talk about the AL East. What did we say?
Okay, that's what we said for the AL East. In the AL
All
East, who do you have, top to bottom?
Top to bottom, in this order: Blue Jays, Yankees, Rays, Red Sox, Orioles.
Okay, I have Yankees, Blue Jays, Rays, Red Sox, Orioles.
Wow.
Oh, dang, I'm surprised. I just got the bottom two flopped, was all.
Yeah, I was way wrong. I was also wicked sick that day, but
That's true.
That's my alibi.
Time is a flat circle, Brig.
But pretty sick today too, as it happens. So, actually, I'm just getting over it. Back off. Okay, Brad, put
so hold on. So the AL East actually stacked up: Yankees,
Yeah.
Blue Jays, Rays, Orioles surprised everybody, and then the Red Sox.
And then the Red Sox.
All right. Okay, let's move on to the AL Central.
Do that. Let's talk the AL Central. Who you got in line?
I have Detroit, Chicago, Minnesota. Detroit, Chicago, Minnesota, Kansas City, Cleveland.
Yeah. That's not the only difference for me is I have the White Sox beating the Tigers. That's it. Oh boy.
So we were so wrong on the Guardians.
Could not have been more wrong.
And I, for some reason, was like all in on Detroit, and they lost
nearly
100 games. Wow.
Yeah, I even then didn't understand, but now it's clear that you were really wrong.
Super duper wrong.
Oh, was I?
In fact, I don't know if this was part of this conversation, but this happened.
How does it feel to be wrong?
Pretty normal, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah,
we just need to hold on to that because that's a thing. That's a trend.
Yeah, it's a whole thing. Okay, let's do the AL West. Show us what we just said for this.
So let's talk about how the Central actually stacked up. So we did have the Guardians actually ended up winning the division.
Right.
And then you had the White Sox, Twins, and then the Tigers, and then the very bottom was the Royals.
Right. Shocking.
Another huge disappointment this year. Anyway, all right. The AL West is how the AL West went. All right, let's go to the AL West. That's fine. I would scroll down to the NL West already. Okay,
who do you got?
So I actually have Houston winning the division again.
Yeah.
They are not so depleted that they will not win the division. Then I've got Seattle finishing second, the Angels third, the Rangers fourth, and the A's last.
See, now I have everything you do except I got the A's finishing before the Rangers.
I should have put money on that one, Brig.
You should have.
Big bucks.
You really should have. What did it actually turn out as? Just exactly what you said.
It's just what I said. Houston, Seattle, Angels, then the Rangers, and then the A's. Yeah. Now I know. I might put money on the AL West this year because I feel like I have such a good grasp of what's going on with that division that's why I was able to do that. But anyway.
Yeah, makes
very
good
happy
sense
with that one. Feels pretty good to be right sometimes, Brick.
Feels pretty good.
All right, let's go to the NL East. Here we go.
Yeah, NL East. I've got Mets, Phillies. Oh, it's so hard. Mets, Phillies, Braves, Marlins, Nats.
Okay, I have Phillies, Braves, Mets, Nats, Marlins. And then a big swing and a miss.
Holy crap.
The NL East is so unpredictable. It's those three teams are really good.
Yeah. This year especially.
It's kind of a stacked division with those three, but then you got the Marlins and the Nats at the bottom. You don't know what you're going to get from those teams. That ended up being Braves, Mets, Phillies, Marlins, Nats.
Right.
The
Barely,
Nats
though.
were way worse than I thought they were going to be. I knew they were going to be bad, but man, they were pretty bad.
It was pretty bad. Well, and nobody saw the Mets falling off quite as hard as they did either. Shut
Metting
up.
the bed, Brig.
You did.
Metting the
Okay,
bed.
fine.
I was saying it all year long. There was
I
a
know.
time when I said, maybe they won't, but then they went ahead and they met at the bed again.
I'm
Like
still
they do.
upset because I was all in on the Mets all year long,
I know.
all the way to the end.
And you had every reason to be. You had every reason to be in on the Mets because they were so good for so long.
So
But
disappointed.
then just ran out of gas there at the end. All right, let's
Terrible.
move on to the NL Central. In the National League Central, I'm going to go with Milwaukee, St. Louis, Chicago, Cincinnati, Pittsburgh.
I've got St. Louis, Milwaukee, Chicago, Cincinnati, Pittsburgh.
Hey, Brig, how does it feel to be right?
It's just once in a while. It's pretty nice.
So Brig nailed that one. Cardinals, Brewers, Cubs, Reds, Pirates. But really, like the Reds and the Pirates finished with the same record, but I'm assuming that the Reds won the season series. And that's why they're above them in the standings. But
I'll bet. Yeah, I think
62
you're right.
and 100, both teams. Yikes.
Oh,
so bad.
Wow.
Okay. On to the National League West. Okay, you go first with the NL West.
All right. I, as much as it pains me, I've got LA winning the West.
They're the
and
cream.
Then I've got what?
They're the cream.
They're
like
the
really
cream. They really are. And then I've got San Diego, San Francisco, Colorado, and Arizona.
Okay. LA, San Diego, San Francisco, Colorado, Arizona. Arizona was surprisingly good this year. Obviously not like very good because they were 74 and 88, but they were a better team than I thought they were going to be.
That's way better. Especially early in the season.
Yes. Early on in the season, they were pretty respectable. So that division ended up being Dodgers, Padres, Giants, Diamondbacks, Rockies at the bottom at 68 and 94. I did make this prediction though with the Dodgers. Let's just throw this in there real quick. They finished with 111 wins, and I think the Dodgers are going to finish with the best record again. They might win 110 games this year.
Oh, Brad. Drop it like it's hot.
When they reached that 110th win, I was like, yes. Very happy with that.
That's awesome. Okay, let's get into the playoffs then, because we meaninglessly predicted the playoffs as well. And let's go into, tell us what your AL playoffs were, Brad.
Okay, this is my AL playoff. So my division winners, I have the Yankees, Tigers, Astros, and then my American League wild cards are Toronto, Cleveland, and Seattle. That's not right. The White Sox, not the
You
Guardians.
Didn't say Cleveland.
Because I had the Guardians in the bottom. I should have left it.
You should have left it.
Despite the fact that I had them finishing last in the division.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. That was
that's an inability to read my own handwriting. That's what that is.
I see. It's very good.
That's exactly what that was. All right, let's get into your playoffs real quick there, Brick.
Division winners are Blue Jays, White Sox, Astros. And then my wild card teams are Yankees, Rays, and Mariners. Nope. I got all the teams in, basically, except for the
White Sox.
But
the White Sox and the Guardians. Other than that, you had everybody because it was the Yankees, Blue Jays, Rays, Guardians, Astros, and Mariners.
Right.
So, yeah. I think you made a good pick. Let's look at your NL playoffs, Brig.
So the National League, I've got the Mets, Cardinals, Dodgers, and then backing them up, I've got the Phillies, the Brewers, and the Padres. Woof. Just barely.
Barley. All right, my NL playoffs. And then in the National League, I have the Phillies, Dodgers, and Brewers winning their divisions, with my wild card being the Padres, Giants, and Cardinals.
What? When nobody saw the Giants fall apart.
No. They go from winning, they win? I think it won 108 games last year, and then 81 this year. They're 500 team this year.
Wow. That's awful.
So bad. Yeah. So bad. So as a reminder, the NL playoffs were the Braves, Cardinals, and Dodgers as your division winners, and then your wild cards were the Mets, Phillies, and Padres.
Okay, what did you say for the World Series?
Not good. I have Yankees Brewers. Maybe I'll go. I don't like the Brewers.
I'd love to see Yankees Cardinals.
I'm going Padres. I'm going Padres. That pitching staff is too good.
You started with the Yankees Brewers.
Why did I ever think the Brewers would make it to the World Series?
I don't know.
Oh my goodness. Like, what in my right mind ever?
It's amazing.
So bad. So bad. And this is one thing that's funny is I sat and waffled for 10 seconds. And then here's Briggs' World Series pick.
Yankees Dodgers.
So certain. And it's actually a great pick. That was a good pick.
It wasn't bad. It didn't
for a
work
while
out
there,
at all.
It looked like it was a collision course. It was inevitable that those teams were going to be playing in the World Series, but
it totally did.
Nonetheless. All right, here are our World Series winners. Who do you have winning the World Series then?
The Yankees.
The Padres to win the World Series this year.
I didn't even let you finish the question. That's how ready I was to be right.
You were so ready. And my Padres pick ended up being way better than I ever thought it could.
Had no business being that good.
So close. Amazing. That's fun. Okay.
Word.
So those are our season wrap. But for those of you who may have already forgotten, I mean, it's been it's been a month plus. So it was the Astros and the Phillies in the World Series. Astros ended up winning the World Series for those of you who might have forgotten. Okay, let's go on and we'll talk awards. Brig, this is your manager of the year, AL manager of the year.
It's gonna be Scott Service.
I said I'm going to go Scott Service again. He should have won it last year. I think the Mariners are going to make the playoffs this year, and it's going to be him.
Whoa, you got half right.
And he was a finalist, but it ended up being Terry Francona. Yeah, Francona won it. And the more I get separated from it, I'm like, he probably should have. We had the Guardians finishing last in the division, and he brought them to the World Series. He brought them to the division,
or not
series.
To the World Series, the division. Series.
The playoffs of the division series. Yeah,
right.
So.
True facts.
Yeah. Okay. We both at the same time made our AL Rookie of the Year prediction.
Julio! Nailed it.
It has never been easier, to be honest with you, to ever pick a Rookie of the Year. He won it before the season started, and he lived up to all expectations. It was amazing. Absolutely amazing. Yeah. Love it so much. Okay, Brig, actually, I thought you had... I'm going to do yours second because I thought your NL Rookie of the Year pick was really, really good. Here's my terrible guess. Okay, my National League Rookie of the Year is actually a guy who came over from Japan and signed with the Chicago Cubs. His name is Seiya Suzuki. He had a pretty good year, but he definitely did not have a Rookie of the Year caliber year. No, not even close. Not at all. But I thought your NL Rookie of the Year pick was pretty dang good.
My National League pick is O'Neal Cruz, actually.
I think that's a great pick.
Thanks, man.
Because you saw somebody who, before, a lot of us, right? Because he was a revelation to a lot of people, myself included. And I thought that you were like, this guy's going to be really, really good. And I don't know if maybe he didn't have enough time with the bigs to win it, but
Pittsburgh.
It ended up being Michael Harris II with the Braves. But I thought O'Neal Cruz was a solid pick.
Thanks,
absolutely
man.
Solid pick, especially
He's awesome.
Somebody who was mostly an unknown coming into this year. So I remember I went back and clipped that. I was like, oh dang.
I forgot.
Despite being wrong, he crushed it.
I forgot who I picked. Every time you pull up these clips, I keep looking at my faces, all weird shapes. I'm like, look, I was so sick. That's all I can see. My eyes are in 3 different places.
They are. Looking off in all sorts of directions. Yes. Like crazy eyes on Mr.
They really are.
Oh, peanut butter and gumball is my favorite. Okay. Anyway, all right, let's move on to the NL. Let's move AL Cy Young. Here we go. Here's my pick for the AL Cy Young.
Okay, I'm going with Garrett Cole. I know it sounds like a homer pick, but it's not.
Sorry, that was your
Or
pick,
mine.
Brig.
Yeah, that's
that
cool.
was yours.
Yeah,
that
it didn't
was yours.
work.
And then here's
I was
mine.
wrong.
I want to go with Robbie Ray repeating, just because I'm going to go with Robbie Ray repeating. Tight pants.
Really?
Tight pants all
Okay.
around for the Cy Young. Oh, that was a terrible pick. He had such a
Terrible.
bad year.
Yeah, it was
Like, I guess I
terrible.
can't say such a bad year, but he was definitely not a Cy Young
No.
candidate this year. It was Justin Verlander won it and absolutely ran away with it.
Yeah, in a comeback year, he's had he pitched 2 innings in the last 2 seasons combined, or 1 inning in total in the last 2
I think he had
seasons
one
combined.
outing, in
and
2021.
it was, and
or
now
no, he
he
missed
comes
2021.
back.
It was 20 anyway.
Anyway, now he comes back with a 1.75 ERA, comeback player of the century. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And he's 38, and he's Tommy John. Shut up.
Yeah. Yep.
Ugh.
Yep.
Get out of this town right now.
Get out of town. Anyway,
get out of here.
Father of the bride.
Yeah.
But here's Briggs NL Cy Young pick.
I am actually going to go with Corbin Burns. Whiff.
And then here's my NL Cy Young. So I'm going to go with tight pants with Walker Buehler.
Whiff.
Walker Buehler didn't even finish the season.
No.
Poor guy had to have Tommy John.
Yeah.
So Sandy Alcantara ended up winning the Cy Young in the NL this year. And he, again, ran away with it absolutely.
Totally.
100%.
Yeah.
Okay. Briggs AL MVP pick. Here we go.
I'm giving it to Ohtani.
I think I said the same thing. Vlad Guerrero Jr. the third.
Oh,
Vlad wasn't even a finalist this year.
No.
Ohtani was at least a finalist.
Aaron Judge walked away with it, though, and rightly so.
Yeah, great year for Judge. Okay, and then Briggs NL MVP pick. As long as he puts up a respectable season, I think Soto is your guy. And he didn't. He struggled, especially when he got to San Diego.
I was going to say, once the move happened, everything really started falling apart.
Yeah. Okay, and then Briggs NL MVP.
So I don't know. I'll go with Soto. I got to go with Soto. Lame.
Well, it sure seemed like he was with the year that he had in 2021. It sure seemed like he was set up to do it, right? Because Harper kind of stole it in 2021, and then it's like, well, okay, Soto's going to come back, and he had a pretty good start, but yeah, something's going on in San Diego second half of the season, man.
Something's seriously happening.
Yeah,
and it might have to do with that song. I don't know.
Which one?
That's what's in.
Okay. All right.